Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a little different, maybe a bit faster. Think of it as a high-speed shortcut.
Right into some pretty deep ethical territory.
Exactly. We're bypassing the usual philosophical debates, the dense texts. Instead, we're doing some linguistic archaeology.
Digging right into the words themselves.
Yeah, digging into the DNA, you could say, of character and legacy. We're focusing on just one incredibly short phrase from the Hebrew Bible.
It's amazing how much is packed in there.
It really is. We're going to break down just 6 core vocabulary words from it. And doing that gives us, well, basically a complete roadmap.
A roadmap to integrity and legacy.
Right. A really deep, actionable understanding of what integrity truly means and, crucially, how that integrity actually builds a lasting legacy. I think you're going to walk away with some surprising clarity here.
It's really quite something when you look closely. It's like a linguistic causal chain built right into this single line.
A causal chain. Explain that a bit.
Well, the source material doesn't just vaguely suggest, do good things, get good results. It actually grammatically and semantically links them. It shows how sustained personal conduct is explicitly tied to an evaluative outcome, a judgment almost, that then directly affects the next generation. We're seeing ethics defined by how these words actually shifted in meaning over time.
I like that, a linguistic roadmap built on shifting meanings.
Oh,
Okay, let's start unpacking this map. Where do we begin? The action itself.
makes sense. You have to start with the behavior.
Okay, so the text isn't really focused on, say, one big heroic deed. It seems more concerned with a pattern, a way of life. Our first word captures this idea of conduct. Mithalekh.
Mithalekh, right.
Now, the root, I understand, just means to walk, physically walking.
Correct.
But the ancient writers used a very specific grammatical form here. And the effect of that choice means mithalekh isn't just he walked once. It's more like he keeps walking.
Exactly. Or he habitually conducts himself. It implies continuous action.
Okay, so it's not a snapshot.
No, definitely not. Think of it like this, maybe. Most verbs are like taking a single photo. Click. Done.
Right.
But this specific form, the one used for mithalekh, it's more like shooting video, continuous recording.
I like that analogy. A continuous video.
It's designed specifically to stress duration, consistency. The word choice itself forces you to move beyond just, putting one foot in front of the other.
So it becomes metaphorical.
Completely. It shifts to mean the way one conducts one's life, one's ongoing everyday behavior. And this is critical because the whole ethical statement that follows hinges on this idea that integrity isn't built on occasional good deeds.
It's the habit.
It's the habit. It's the consistency. Like running a marathon, it's not the one sip of water that defines the run, right? It's the steady, step-by-step effort. That's the feeling of mithalekh.
That distinction feels huge. Consistency, duration, habit. Okay, so if mithalekh is the continuous action, the walking,
Yeah.
what's the nature of that walk? What's the quality?
Good question. What makes the habit worthwhile?
Exactly. That brings us to our second word, which seems to define that internal character.
Be-tummo.
Be-tummo, which breaks down pretty simply, I think. In his integrity. The root word, Tom, means something like wholeness, completeness.
Wholeness, completeness, integrity. And this is really where the character is forged. If mithalekh is the consistent action, be-tummo is the source of that action's quality.
The engine behind it.
Sort of, yeah. Its basic meaning is just without lack or complete. Simple enough. But when you apply it to ethics, like here, it undergoes this really profound shift. It comes to mean inner coherence.
Okay, wait. How does complete or whole suddenly jump to meaning moral integrity? That feels like quite a leap.
It does, but think about it. It's the ancient world essentially saying that true wholeness is moral wholeness. If you're truly complete, you aren't fractured. Meaning you don't have, say, a public self and a totally different private self. You're integrated. You are morally consistent, sincere through and through.
Okay, so the completeness is about being the same inside and out.
Exactly. The source uses be-tummo specifically to emphasize that the standard for conduct is internal. It's about that inner coherence. It's not just about ticking boxes or following external rules, whether they're religious or social.
It's about whether you're whole on the inside, even if nobody's watching.
Precisely. And that internal authenticity, that be-tummo, is what makes the habitual walking, the mithalekh, actually sustainable and meaningful.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've got this continuous way of life, the mithalekh, and it's rooted in this deep internal coherence, be-tummo. That paints a picture of a pretty stable person.
Very stable. grounded.
So what happens then? What's the result? What do we call this person who's walking continuously with integrity? That brings us to the definition of character, our third word, tzaddik.
Sadiq. Yes, this is basically the title. It's the label, you could say, that's earned by this kind of conduct. We often translate it as righteous person.
Righteous. But I suspect, like the other words righteous in this ancient context, probably meant something deeper than just, being a good person.
Oh, absolutely. There's a crucial nuance. The Sadiq isn't just vaguely good, they're considered righteous before both God and people.
Okay, so it has a social dimension too.
Very much so. It implies someone who is fair, just unbending in their judgment, but in a good way, principled.
Right.
And the word itself seems to evolve. It might start meaning purely legally, just like someone who follows the letter of the law,
Okay.
but it grows to mean someone who is fundamentally morally upright. And this semantic shift, this evolution, is likely why this specific word is chosen for the label. It signals that the person's inner coherence, their be-tummo, has successfully translated into external, recognizable fairness and justice.
Ah, so it's like the public recognition of the private integrity.
Well put, yeah.
And that recognition, that labeled tzaddik, acts as the sort of trigger, maybe, for the good outcome that follows.
It certainly seems to be the basis for it.
Okay, so what is that outcome? What's the evaluation, the verdict on this person and their life? That leads us to word number 4.
Asher.
Asher. This is, it's one of the most powerful, almost joyful words in this whole constellation. Forget the technical grammar for a second.
Okay.
Think of this word as an ancient shout-out. Like, hey, look at this. It's an instant verdict. We translate it as blessed or happy.
Blessed. Happy. It sounds like more than just, feeling cheerful for a moment.
Oh, much more. It's a profound declaration. The choice of Asher here isn't just stating a neutral fact. It's delivering a definitive value judgment.
A judgment.
Yes, a verdict of deep blessedness, good fortune, well-being. Interestingly, the conceptual root of Asher might actually be related to the idea of going straight or prospering.
Really, like being on the right track. Exactly. So when they declare Asher, it's like they're saying, look, this person is on the right path, living coherently, and therefore they are experiencing true fortune, true flourishing. It's a declaration of a favorable destiny that flows directly from the Sadiq's consistent, integrated life.
Wow, okay, that connects the pieces really neatly. The continuous walk, mithalekh, driven by inner wholeness, be-tummo, earns the public label, Sadiq, which then receives this immediate, powerful verdict of fortune and blessing, Asher.
You got it. That's the chain so far.
So now we get to the legacy part, right? This
Yeah.
blessing, this Asher, it doesn't just stop with the individual tzaddik.
No, the text is very clear about that.
Who benefits? Our fifth word focuses on this sphere of impact.
Yeah.
Banav.
Banav, which on the surface is simple. It means his sons.
His sons. Okay, but we're talking about an ancient text. Does that word choice specifically exclude, say, daughters or the wider family? Or is it broader?
That's a really important question. And this is where we see another one of those vital linguistic shifts. While the absolute basic meaning is son,
The concept, especially in these ethical contexts, quickly expands. It comes to include the broader idea of children, descendants, or even more abstractly, the heir or the next generation.
Okay. So it's more about succession.
Precisely. The reason this word banav is chosen here is likely to emphasize that the Sadiq's coherence, their whole way of being, generates a tangible blessing, a positive effect that flows outward immediately to those who come after them, those who depend on them.
So the impact radiates. It's not just a warm, fuzzy feeling for the Sadiq.
Not at all. It suggests it creates an actual environment of success, of fortune, of Asher for the people connected to or following this righteous person.
So the blessing is transferable. It's almost like an inheritance of good fortune, but one based on character, not just assets.
That's a great way to put it, an inheritance of character-based fortune.
And the final piece, the final word, seems to really hammer home the durability of this inheritance. It addresses the time element, akarav,
Aharaz.
which simply means after him. Seems straightforward. It is straightforward, but its inclusion is significant. By putting in this explicit time marker, the ancient writer is making another powerful ethical point. It specifies temporal succession.
Right, after him.
Yes, but it means more fully in the generation that follows him or in the time after his life. The blessing doesn't just touch the children while the person is still around.
Oh, I see.
The source uses akarav specifically to state that the beneficial effects, the Asher, continue along the timeline. They persist. It signals a durable legacy, not just a fleeting benefit that vanishes when the tzaddik dies.
So the character generates this sort of kinetic energy, maybe, that lasts beyond their own lifetime.
That's a nice way to think about it, yeah. It keeps moving.
Okay, if we step back now and look at all 6 words together. Mithalekh, be-tummo, tzaddik, ashre, banav, atrav. The chain seems perfectly clear.
It really lays itself out, doesn't it? We've essentially built an entire ethical worldview in just these 6 words.
Let's recap it then.
Okay, the tzaddik, that's the righteous person. Continuous, mithalekh walks, lives habitually.
The video, not the snapshot.
Exactly.
Sure.
Within be-tummo, their inner integrity, their wholeness.
Okay.
And this sustained, coherent walk results in asher, that verdict of blessedness, of fortune.
Which extends to...
For banav, his children, his heirs, the next generation.
Akrav. After him in the time that follows.
After him, yeah. The whole sequence.
That's it. Well, it's a masterclass in concise wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
The language itself links this incredibly clean causal chain. You have personal character defined by that habitual walk, the inner integrity, the resulting righteousness, leading directly to an evaluative outcome, the blessedness, the asher.
Right.
And that blessedness has a specified sphere of impact, the children, the next generation, which explicitly extends after the person is gone.
And what's really striking, I think, is that the whole mechanism gets kicked off by those 2 internal components we talked about first.
Mithalekh and be-tummo.
Yes. Consistency, mithalekh, and internal coherence, be-tummo. This ancient framework seems to prioritize inner alignment and sustained habit way above single spectacular actions or just, superficial compliance.
Following the rules without meaning it.
Right. It suggests that if you want a legacy that actually lasts, a durable, positive impact, you have to prioritize that internal landscape first, that inner coherence.
That emphasis on the internal quality.
Oh.
That really defines the strength of the legacy, doesn't it? It almost suggests that if your conduct is based purely on outward appearances...
You going through the motions.
Yeah, just obeying a law, maybe. Yeah. But without that true inner coherence, that be-tummo, then the legacy might not be as strong or maybe not durable at all.
That seems to be exactly the implication. If your ethical life is just a series of snapshots, that one good deed here, another there, it doesn't seem to build the kind of moral gravity needed to affect the generations Akarav after you.
It needs the continuous video.
It needs the video. Only the continuous mithalekh, the one truly rooted in be-tummo, seems capable of creating a legacy powerful enough to carry that blessing, that asher, forward in time.
That is a phenomenal takeaway. So for you listening, maybe the key question this deep dive raises isn't just, did I do something righteous today? Check.
Right, not a checklist.
But maybe it's something more like, how is my continuous way of life my personal mithalekh? How is that defining the durability of the legacy, the positive impact that travels Akarav after me?
It shifts the focus entirely, doesn't it?
It really does. A shift from isolated acts to sustained character building. Well, that's definitely a thought worth exploring further as you conduct your own mithalekh.
Indeed.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the source material.